Subscribe to the channel and comment down below saying I subscribed to enter this month's shoutout giveaway. There are lots of rumors surrounding Rockstar's upcoming sequel in the GTA franchise, and here's what people are saying about Grand Theft Auto 6 now. Open world VR game. Rockstar Games, while primarily known for their third-person action gameplay, introduced a first-person camera on both Grand Theft Auto 5 and Red Dead Redemption 2. While somewhat jarring at first, players quickly began to realize that the amount of detail which Rockstar added to their open-world environments was much easier to appreciate with this more intimate camera. And if the company could incorporate the amount of object interactivity found in groundbreaking VR titles like Half-Life Alyx, the world of Grand Theft Auto 6 could feel more immersive than anything the developer has created before. However, implementing this would call for some major changes to Rockstar's game engine, which can at times feel clunky and unresponsive on foot, especially inside buildings. One of the biggest problems players had with Red Dead Redemption 2 was the game's obsession with lengthy animations which accompanied every task performed, something which would be exponentially more frustrating in VR. Instead of designing all these luxurious animations, Rockstar should simply allow players to manipulate physics objects with their hand, grabbing items off store shelves or opening cabinets at their own speed, much like Valve did in Half-Life Alyx. This would allow players to feel in control of the actions the characters in the game are performing, while simultaneously giving them the same feeling of immersion Rockstar is hoping for. Unfortunately, it's not likely that Rockstar will make Grand Theft Auto 6 a VR-only game, even if the mode is supported. VR is still a fledgling technology, and until the price point comes down and far more quality games are released, it wouldn't make financial sense for the company to alienate their massive fan base just for the sake of VR technology. It's more likely that this is a completely separate title, not related to Grand Theft Auto 6 at all, but after the long-awaited Half-Life 3 turned out to be a VR game, anything is possible. GTA 6's locations. Thanks to recent advancements in gaming technology, it's entirely possible Grand Theft Auto 6 could take place in multiple locations as opposed to just one. Every Grand Theft Auto title since, the very first one has focused on one city or state in particular, with settings such as London, Anywhere City, Liberty City, Vice City, and San Andreas, and the accompanying cities of Los Santos, San Fierro, and Las Venturas being the only areas Rockstar Games have chosen to explore with the franchise. There have been other cities mentioned in the Grand Theft Auto universe, but none of them have been featured in the games. Right now, Grand Theft Auto fans know they can look forward to GTA 5 on the PS5, along with a new updated version of Grand Theft Auto Online, but many fans are likely more interested in Grand Theft Auto 6, although the developer hasn't officially confirmed GTA 6's location, or even if GTA 6 truly is in development. There have been multiple reports from credible sources which have said so, and given the near 7 years it's been since Grand Theft Auto 5 originally released, players can't be faulted for expecting a sequel in the near future. Thanks to recent reports and video showcased during Sony's PlayStation 5 Future Gaming event, players now have a better idea of how next-gen technology will affect their favorite video game franchises. And one of the most interesting aspects of these new advancements is the ability to simultaneously switch between different worlds with no loading screens. If Rockstar Games were to capitalize on such a technology, it's not inconceivable that the next Grand Theft Auto game could take place in multiple locations, not just one city or state. Multiple locations. By utilizing next-gen technology, it's entirely possible the next entry in the Grand Theft Auto franchise could take place in multiple locations. While there are a number of rumors about GTA 6 which point to the game taking place in both Vice City and the surrounding area, it would be much more interesting for players if they were allowed to explore multiple smaller cities without the need for expansive landscapes between these locations. One of the biggest issues in open-world video games developers face is how to make the world feel big while still offering the player lots of gameplay options. Grand Theft Auto San Andreas was one of the best GTA games ever made, but it still ran into the problem of having too much empty space separating the areas of high gameplay density. The easy solution to this problem would be to offer the GTA 6 players some sort of hub area such as an airport and allow them access to multiple cities at once. How Grand Theft Auto embodies its era. Everything players are familiar with in Grand Theft Auto 5 could change if GTA 6 is set in the past. The activities and side missions could be entirely different, little details like the customization options for the character's clothes to the architecture of the buildings would be completely changed. If the game is set anywhere before the 1980s, players can expect there will be no more handy cell phone to pull out of the character's pocket. Rather, the game would have to get more creative about how players get alerted to new missions or get in contact with other characters in the game, perhaps returning to the beeper from GTA 3. If the game was set even further back, then something as major as a strip club and its missions would be completely overhauled, since such clubs have only been legally around for a few decades. However, a 1920s speakeasy could be a cool replacement. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video.